There are some host families that are so mean that they hide your passport and they buy your ticket for you, ready to deport you ASAP. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is MOTHERHOOD. In case you're new here, subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet for more videos on beauty and lifestyle. So today's video is going to be about my au pair story. Yes, that is my history, that is where I come from, and that is where my journey abroad started. Okay, let's begin from the very start. I come from Kenya, like most of you know. I'm Mzalendo. Yes, I am, and I'm proud. I came here in 2010. I had just enrolled for university and done with my first semester. During the holidays, my mom came home and was like, I just came from meeting a friend of mine and she told me something. And I was like, okay, what? Then she said to me, would you like to go to Germany? First of all, I have never ever thought of traveling to Germany. It was never in my mind. I only heard about Germany and learned about it in history in high school. Germany was like never in my mind. So I was like, Mom, what is this about? So she told me that her friend, the daughter, had come to Germany for au pair. Au pair is cultural exchange experience for 1 year. And if I would like to come over here for 1 year, you know, I can always come back home and go back to the university. So me and my curiosity, I was like, yeah, why not? Let's do this. Yeah, so before I knew it, I was enrolled for German course in Nairobi. So I started attending my classes. The German course, you can either do it in the main Goethe Institute in Nairobi or other small schools that offer the language. And the good thing about this college is that the agent who was connecting au pairs from Kenya to Germany was the owner of that college. So it was like everything in the same place. So that was not a bad thing. I did my A1, which took about 3 months. I'm telling you, like I told you in the other video about, you know, the other chit chat video about graduating here in Germany and all that gist. German is one of the most difficult languages to learn, especially because of its grammar. Some of the Germans here themselves struggle with the grammar. I'm not gonna lie, you have to put extra effort for this one. So I did my A1 and I passed. So you have to go to the Goethe Institute, which is the main German school, and do the exams there because you need that original certificate to show that you've passed the German language and all that. So I also went ahead and did my A2 and the B1. When I was doing my A2 is when the head of the school, let me call him the principal, came to our class and he was like, I need you and you and you. You guys come to my office. So we went to his office and he had some papers on his desk, and he used to speak a lot in German because he wanted us to understand and learn quickly. If you guys know Mr. Kimani, comment down below. Mr. Kimani from Fynest College is where I did my German course. We went into his office and he was like, I have a family here and they need an au pair. So I was the fastest to answer. It could have been anyone else. And so my process began. So I finished my A2 level of the German language course. And then the B1, because I was already now connecting with this family, I did a crash course. I did it in I think 1.5 months, and then had to already take the exam because the exam was already gonna run. I went into the Goethe Institute to do a preparation for that exam. I sat my B1 exams and luckily I also passed. In the meantime, I was taking a photo shoot for my family. I was already connected with them now through Skype and through email. So I was communicating with them directly. My friend, going to translate what they have written for me to understand. It is one thing to learn a language, and it's another thing to be able to write in it, to be able to understand complex sentences. I used to spend hours and hours in cyber cafes, you know, trying to understand what they wrote to me. I write my own composition, my own emails to send them in a way that they would understand me. Also doing some photo shoots with kids. I have a small sister and a niece that was small and another friend, so I was sorted. So I just had a photographer come home and take some pictures of us so that I could send the family, and also pictures with me and the whole family. You know, that was like how we got to know each other. They also sent me pictures of the whole family, which were very cute. I got to like see how they look like before I even met them over here. This agency looks for a family for you. The agent looks for a family for you, connect you to each other, cater for the document. Okay, so you have to have some documents to take to the embassy. So this agency also secures an appointment for you at the embassy. You have to learn the language because they interview you at the embassy in German. So if you do not understand a question, they might or might not deny you the visa. Luckily, I wasn't asked so many questions. You know, it's just simple questions like wie heißt du, like what's your name, wie alt bist du, how old are you, wie heißt deine Gastfamilie, what's the name of your host family, you know, stuff like that. And now the day came, you know, my parents paid for my flight. I got my visa luckily, so I didn't get so many questions, and I got a very kind lady at the embassy. So yeah, I got my visa, and then it was time to leave. You know, we did a party at home. You know what I did? You know, there's this thing in Kenya. You don't tell people you're traveling until like the night you're traveling. So I did a party, like a surprise party, the night before I traveled. And then I just went in and changed and came out with my bags, and people were like, what's going on here? And then there were like matatus, you know, to take me to the airport. So people were like really shocked. So we got everybody in the matatus, you know, to take me to the airport. Like, so crazy. Like, if I see some people coming to get me at the airport in a matatu, I'm like flying back because that's so stressful. Like, why did we do that? It's nice, but it's also like really tiresome, and it's a lot of resources. It's a lot of time. I really had a very empty feeling leaving Kenya. I got into the plane my very first time. I was, you know, a bit scared, but I survived. And then I landed in Munich. I didn't even know about where to pick my bags. And now to start to find my family, at least I knew their faces. So when I came out, I saw them. Another reason why you need to learn the language. Everything is written in German. Most people only speak German. Nowadays, if you have English, you are lucky. You're gonna be lucky because many people do understand. Some might not be fluent in speaking it. They still will, you know, try to help you. English will take you far. So now I found my family, and you know, it was kind of weird at first, but they were really friendly. The host mom had come with the kids. They have 2 girls. So one was 3 and one was 5 years old. They came to pick me up. When my host mom asked me something in German, I just stared at her until she checked. Oh my gosh, I think she can't understand me. She resulted in speaking to me in English. Thank God I found a family fluent in English. Obviously not the kids, but the parents speak fluent English. That was such a big help for me. At the beginning, definitely. So with the kids, like, it was a struggle. So the parents had to translate all the time for me. And bear in mind, I had done my German course up to B1. The spoken English in here, in this country, is definitely different from what you learn in school. Plus, there's accent, there's all these things. The weather was good. I came exactly 1st of September. So the weather was still, you know, sunny. It was still nice. I didn't need to like pack on jackets already. We arrived home. I was shown to my room. I had the whole of the 2nd floor to myself, which was so amazing. It was very beautiful. My own bathroom, my own bedroom, my own living room, my own television, and they had even They were kind enough to even give me a PC, like a computer where I could connect with my friends back home using Facebook, and that was really amazing. It's not a must, but that was really good. Let me tell you something. I didn't even have a purse where you put money inside. I didn't even own one. So she gave me hers. She gave me one of her old ones and gave me a bit of pocket money, which I was very excited about, because I didn't have any with me, or even if I had some, I still had to like change it. You guys, let me tell you something. I had done zero research about this thing, about traveling, I was so naive. Remember, then I was 18. Here the place is so clean. It's so, the air smells so fresh and stuff. The hostel is also very nice. The house is beautiful and it's big. They also gave me a bicycle to ride around. If you have been in the Europe countries, you know they love to ride bikes a lot. And the transport system in here is that in most cases, especially in town, in the city and around the city, the transportation is excellent. You do not even need to have a car to go around. There are buses, there are trains, there are taxis everywhere, there are underground trains, they're all that. There are regional trains. If I needed to go to town, I just needed to take my bike, ride to the train station, which is about 5 minutes by bike, and then, lock my bike there and then take the train to town. Part of the au pair exchange program is that you learn the language. So the family is supposed to pay for a language course for you, okay? Although there are some colleges around where we live, she preferred to take me to town. She told me that way I would get more exposed, and I'm really thankful to her for that till date. So we went to town, and she told me I have to read the signs and I have to understand, because she's taking me that day, but the next time I would have to go by myself, trying to learn as fast as I could. She took me there, I enrolled, and the next time I had to go by myself, I got lost. But there are friendly people everywhere. It doesn't even matter who you ask, people are gonna show you. I had to write down my S-Bahn, my train is number this and this, and it goes in this direction. I had everything written down, and the address of my host family, because you don't want to be picked by police out there because you're crazy and they take you to the psychiatry. My duties as an au pair were to take care of the kids and help with a little bit of the housework, take care of the 3-year-old. The 5-year-old was a kindergarten child. She would go to kindergarten until midday. I used to work Monday to Friday from 7 to 1 p.m. have lunch together, and then I would disperse to my room and use the afternoons to explore, know the place. So I used to take my bike and just ride around. Sometimes I would get lost, but I just wanted to see as much as I could. This place is beautiful. It's just different. You just want to see around. I had a ticket for the train, a monthly ticket that I used to get from my family for the train. So I used to go to town anytime that I want, which was good. Go window shopping. I used to get around 300. That was actually more than most au pairs got. So I used to get 300 every month, yes. And obviously you don't pay for food, you don't pay for accommodation, and also they pay for German course for you. So what else do you even need? In the house, I used to be very shy, very embarrassed that I cannot speak the language. And to add to that, the 5-year-old, who was very curious at that time, she was constantly like, warum kann Martha kein Deutsch sprechen? That used to make me feel some kind of way back then. My host parents really used to encourage me. So what I used to do is like wait for everybody to leave. Then I would be just at home with the 3-year-old. Up to date, we had a special bond. She was very innocent. She didn't really understand that I can't speak Deutsch or the language. and she was very fluent already. At 3 years old, she was very fluent with her language. So I used to ask her things, you know, like was ist das, wie heißt das, like what is this called, what is this called. I used to ask her everything. We used to walk around the house, and I used to ask her, what do you call a plate, what do you call a cup, what do you call a spoon in German. She used to teach me. I'm telling you, till tomorrow, I will always say that Carla was my key to learning German language, and I am forever grateful to this child. I am a very outgoing person. I'm a very social person. I found friends very quickly, and soon my family would not even see me over the weekend until they started complaining like, Martha, when are you ever going to spend time with us? Yeah, so I was that much outgoing. I found really very many friends. Like even my family was shocked at how fast I made friends in this place. I used to stay home some weekends, you know, just cook with them, you know, enjoy meals with them, and to also hike together. I used to enjoy the hikes because this is something that my friends didn't do as much. You know, hiking in the mountains. Europeans love to go hiking. I used to enjoy that with them. You have an agency here, the AUPAIR agency here, and in case you have any problems with the host family, you have that agency to communicate to. Tell them, I am not fine with my host family, change my host family for me, and this is possible. So yeah, there are people who are not nice out there, but there are also people who are nice. These people love bread. Germans love bread so much. So especially mornings and evenings, they have a lot of, you know, they call it broadside, you know, where they have like different sausages, you know, butter and bread. Lunchtime is where they mostly have warm meals. They have a lot of pork meat here, but obviously there's also beef meat, there's a lot of poultry. We still do visit each other and spend time together sometimes, and the kids drop by every now and then just to say hi, to play with my kid. I went into college after that, but that is a story for another day. Yeah, that has been my story. In case there's something that I left out, guys, remind me in the comment section down below. Let me know your questions in case of anything. Let us share the experiences down below. I hope you know, this was somehow insightful for someone. Everybody has a different story, and everyone has their own struggles, and that's the diversity of life. So I'm hoping you enjoyed this video, and I will catch you on my next one. Bye.